Hello everybody, back again with another review video, and today's video is going to be over the DC Multiverse Batgirl figure from the 3 Jokers. That being said, it's time to go over the box, and as you can see, it actually has a window, so therefore you can actually see the figure, especially if you're looking for it on shelves. And also it's 12 plus, just like every other figure, and then it has 22 moving points, which is signified up above. Then here on the side, you have the Batman 3 Jokers to represent that this is the Batgirl from that. And also Batgirl in big bold letters with Batman 3 Jokers presented once again. And then on the back, you got just a simple artwork, which is really just some background thrown in. And then the figure, you know my stance on this. It's not, in my opinion, this isn't a great artwork or I guess design for the card in general. Kind of simple, very bland, and yeah, I don't really see this as even close to one of my favorite artworks on the card or even on a box in general. But once again, it also says Batgirl, Batman 3 Jokers at the top. Then you have the figures at the bottom that you can collect along with this line, which I've mentioned already before in another video. Then on this side is presented Batgirl once again here, and then DC Multiverse at the top. And then once again at the top you can see through, and it has the Batman 3 Jokers up above as well. With that being said, let's get into looking at the actual figure and what it all includes. First accessory that's included is the typical black display stand with one foot peg. Not much else to say. And going on to the next accessory, you get a yellow batarang, which I'd say is a good size, not too super large. And yeah, it's different from Batman since Batgirl obviously is yellow and gray and black in this version, so it matches. The next accessory is a grappling hook, which is a good accessory to have, although I would say it's quite large. I would say pushing the oversized limit. Yeah, I would say it's definitely oversized, way too big. This really seems excessive considering this other Batman figure I have, and it's probably about 1/4 or 1/5 of this size. So yeah, I would say this is way too large for what it is. And then just to read up on the character, although most of us already know who she is, Batgirl, and then once again, same artwork that matches the back of the box. And yeah, she's from Batman the 3 Jokers, which is also plastered all over the box. Real name is Barbara Gordon, aka the daughter of Gordon. And then by day, Barbara Gordon is the bookish daughter of the Gotham City Police Commissioner Jim Gordon. By night, Barbara dons a cape and cowl as Batgirl. Does that say I? I think it says I and then comma committed. Oh, there's TM after GIR and before the L. Okay, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that, but the trademark is spacing out the G and the L. So that's kind of weird. Yeah, but anyways, committed to justice like her father, while her utility belt is equipped with batarangs and other crime-fighting gadgets. Her greatest tools are her brilliant mind and her unwavering determination. Batgirl is an expert martial artist and gymnast trained in part by Batman, who's extremely athletic and agile. Her eidetic memory, okay, that's a new word, heightened intelligence, and advanced knowledge of computers makes her a natural leader and skilled crime fighter. So yeah, there's the card. Not much else to say. Now time to move on to the figure. So yeah, right off the bat, I would say, yeah, she should be very posable. She was pretty, I guess, when I was getting out of the box. But yeah, I would say her legs are quite long, considering her torso is like this much, weighs that much, and then her legs are literally from here to all the way down here. That seems quite long of legs, but I guess, yeah, it matches the character. So what else is there to say? And yeah, going over the detail, say pretty much the gray is pretty nice, has a little shine to it, but also kind of like a black wash, but not super much. So maybe they could have done a little more to make the different lines and stuff really appear. Her cape's pretty nice. Once again, just a regular plastic, and then it has the yellow on the other side. And then her hair is also nice. It's kind of like, it's not a straight up red. It's kind of like a reddish brown, I would say. Kind of some brown and red mixed in. Yeah, looking at the face, it's pretty nice face as well. Just looking it over. And yeah, she kind of has a side eye, but you can see her blue eyes. And then, yeah, kind of just some typical paint done. So yeah, definitely could have added maybe some like black to show that's kind of like worn or something, instead of looking all shiny, and make the lines actually appear more. But time to move on to the articulation. Her head, see if we can do a 360. Yes, it can. How far can it look up? Not going to be able to look up that much, considering her hair is going to start blocking. Then looking down, not much either. That's about the furthest. Now onto the arms. Once again, it's going to be very easy, the poster, I believe, because she's kind of free moving. So yeah, her arms can go out all the way. Then, yeah, these can twist. Her biceps. And then for her elbows, go to elbow. And then right here, after the elbow, there we go. Hopefully you're not going to ever post her like that, because yeah, that's not normal. But anyways, moving on. Yeah, her arms are obviously very posable. Her wrist, 360, perfectly fine. Then see if I can get it to go up and down. There you go. There you go. And that's about as far down it can go. Now onto, I guess, her upper body. Can't do a 360. Yes, it can. Bend back quite a good amount. You can see. Then bend forward. It's about farthest thing, and bend forward. Now to your legs, can she do a split? Should be able to with the long legs. Move the arms out of the way. There you go. Full splits. Now onto her leg. There you go. Bend back this far. Then her one leg, even though the cape's gonna get in the way, can go up this much. It's pretty nice. Now onto the foot. You can see full 360. Go down this much, that was pretty easy. And then go up this much. It's just like every other figure. The toes should be able to go up all the way. Yep. There we go. Yeah, so you can see, yeah, maybe she doesn't have that much detail, but she is obviously the most flexible character I've reviewed so far. And that's partially due to her long legs, which really helps her out. And she has bare minimal like armor or anything of that nature really to stop or create limitations of the posing and flexibility. That being said, I'm going to pose her real quick, come back, and give my final thoughts overall. Here she is and how I'm going to pose her. Yeah, definitely the oversized grappling hook looks kind of funny. However, when she's in a pose, it doesn't look as bad compared to it sitting by itself. But it was kind of hard to get it to stick in her hands, considering how big the handle is. Because, yeah, it is quite oversized, as I mentioned. It kind of looks like it's barely hanging on. Batarang was kind of hard to get, not really super hard to get in, I guess. But, yeah, it's kind of, since there's a bunch of those weird angles, due to just the shape in general, it is kind of weird putting in her hands. So you're kind of like, is they just randomly going to fall out at any time? So that's maybe something to watch out for if you're going to keep moving her around and putting her in different places. But yeah, I wish there was more I could have done posing wise, but considering she doesn't have, I guess, a flight stand, which could help potentially hold her in place to show that she's kicking or, you know, something of that nature. There's not much you can do posability wise, but she is a very posable character at the end of the day. And also, I forgot to mention, yeah, these little butterfly, I guess, covers, which are at the top of the shoulders, or whatever you call them. Those work perfectly fine compared to another figure that I reviewed before. So, I mean, it's also not hard to do considering her arms are very skinny. But yeah, her proportions are kind of funky considering her legs are super long compared to like her torso, and her arms are also partially long, but they definitely are more reasonable than the legs. But that probably just matches the source material at the end of the day. That being said, yeah, I would say just making, even though her design's kind of simple, I would say just adding like some detail in the gloves so it's not just bland yellow, or the boots aren't just bland yellow and nice and vibrant. It'd been kind of cool to add maybe like some wrinkles, some texture to really make this figure pop and not just look like a quick, I guess, paint job or a quick figure to make. But yeah, and also I kind of wish maybe she had a smaller grappling gun or weapon in general. But at the end of the day, her posability is fantastic. Definitely a lot of poses you can make with this figure overall. And then weapons are good. Maybe could have included some extra hands, kind of look like she's fighting, etc. Instead of having some open hands to feel like you have to put both the weapons in her hands. So it doesn't seem incomplete. But everything functions perfectly fine. Do just wish there was more detail at the end of the day. With that being said, if I were to rate this figure, she would be probably a go with, so I feel like detail is also good, but I feel like the posability can really do wonders considering how posable and flexible she is. So at the end of the day, can't be too rough, but I would have to say maybe a 9 out of 10, just considering the posability, but there could have been more detail. And yeah, oversized weapon, but it is cool to get a weapon in general, so that's pretty good. So yeah, at the end of the day, 9 out of 10 figure. I would recommend, unless you just don't like, I guess, lack of detail or lack of, I guess, texture in a figure. But that's the only thing I would say is taken away from it. So at the end of the day, yep, 9 out of 10 figure. Highly recommend. That being said, it's going to wrap up today's video. And Batgirl will see you in the next video. And to officially wrap it up, I'm going to do a 360 just like every other video to show her off. But with that being said, peace out. I'll see you in the next video. And I hope you enjoyed it. If you have not already, like and subscribe down below. With that, and yeah, to wrap it up, have a good one. Have a great time. And see you in the next review video.